We are right on the brink of a scientific breakthrough that could completely redefine what it means to be human. It's called the age reset. But this isn't just about living a little longer. This is a high-stakes gamble with a terrifying hidden cost. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. The promise here is it's just wild. We're not talking about slowing down aging. We're talking about actively throwing it in reverse, literally wiping out decades of wear and tear on your body. Because of course, there's a catch, and it's a huge one. It's the reason this incredible quest for immortality could accidentally unleash one of the deadliest diseases we have ever seen. So what is really going on inside ourselves? To really get our heads around this immortality switch, we first have to talk about a totally revolutionary new way of thinking about getting old. You know, for the longest time, we all just figured our bodies wear out over time. Like an old car or a computer, the hardware just breaks down. But a Harvard biologist, Dr. David Sinclair, came along with a totally different idea. He calls it the information theory of aging. And he argues that our hardware is actually fine. The real problem is our cellular software. It gets corrupted over the years. And that right there implies something absolutely mind-blowing. If our cells have a backup copy of the original software, an uncorrupted version of our DNA, maybe, just maybe, we can hit a reset button. So if we can hit reset, how does that actually work? Well, the answer lies in this remarkable set of biological tools that scientists have discovered. Okay, meet the heroes of our story. They're called the Yamanaka factors. Think of these 4 proteins as a biological factory reset. They can take an old, specialized cell and basically tell it to forget everything it knows, turning it back into its original youthful state, a stem cell. They are the key to accessing that uncorrupted backup drive we were just talking about. And look, this is not just a theory. In lab tests, scientists have used these factors to erase up to 57% of biological aging in animal tissue. That's a huge deal. It shows just how incredibly powerful this reprogramming can be. But that much power, well, it comes with a terrifying downside. And this is where the story takes a really dark turn, because it seems the cure for aging might actually be a trigger for something way, way worse. It turns out, of the 4 Yamanaka factors, one of them is walking a razor's edge between creating new life and total catastrophe. The problem child is a factor called c-Myc. Its entire job is to push for rapid cell growth. It's basically the accelerator pedal for the cell. You apply it just right, and you get this beautiful, youthful regeneration. But what happens if you just slam that pedal to the floor and never let up? Well, the cell completely loses its instructions. It forgets what it's supposed to do, and it just starts multiplying and multiplying and multiplying, completely out of control. And that catastrophic process, it has a name: tumor genesis. It's the birth of a tumor. So in this absolutely horrifying twist, the very tool designed to make us young again becomes the perfect recipe for creating aggressive, fast-growing supercancers. The line between eternal youth and a deadly tumor is terrifyingly thin. Now, you'd think a risk like that would, stop everyone in their tracks, put the brakes on everything, but nope. The race to master this technology is moving forward at an incredible speed. So why the big rush? It's simple. The amount of money to be made here is astronomical. We're talking about a technology that literally every person on the planet would want. And this isn't some far-off sci-fi fantasy. The FDA has already given the green light for human testing, and those trials could begin as soon as April of 2026. This is happening right now. So how on earth do you test something this dangerous on actual people? Well, scientists have come up with a pretty clever strategy. Dr. Sinclair's team calls it a contained biological blast chamber. They're going to start with the human eye, and the logic is actually pretty simple. The eye is a contained system, so if the therapy goes wrong and a tumor starts to grow, the damage is restricted to that one isolated part of the body. It's a really high-stakes way to test the waters without risking a complete disaster. But let's look beyond the massive biological risk for a second. Let's imagine it works perfectly, it's totally safe. That brings up an even bigger question. Who is this technology actually for? Look, this kind of research has been an obsession for the super wealthy for a long, long time. Infamous figures like Jeffrey Epstein were apparently fixated on using genetic engineering to get a leg up. For some of them, this isn't just about curing disease, it's about getting a permanent edge over everyone else. And here's why that should matter to all of us. we already live in a world with a huge wealth gap. This chart right here shows that right now, elderly households hold about 13 times the wealth of younger families. Okay, now imagine what happens when the wealthiest people on Earth can live to be 150. If you live longer, you have more time to accumulate wealth, power, and influence. Doubling the human lifespan could basically turbocharge this inequality, letting a tiny group of people consolidate their power for over 100 years, while the rest of society gets left further and further behind. You know, some historians see a really chilling parallel here. They look back at the fall of the Roman Republic, a society where a tiny, unbelievably wealthy elite controlled everything, while almost everyone else struggled. It's a pretty stark warning about where this kind of extreme inequality can ultimately lead. So that's the ultimate question we're left with, isn't it? The age reset holds this incredible promise of a healthier, longer life for all of us. But as we sprint towards that future, we have to ask ourselves, are we accidentally building a world where immortality is just for the rich, creating a permanent, unbridgeable gap between them and, well, everyone else? It's a question we really need to answer before this technology gets here for good.